AskReddit by Selpo. In which country would you choose to live if you had a fixed online income of $1 million per year, before taxes, and why? Still here in the US. It's a completely different country if you're wealthy. Definitely the US. I think I'd take the Forrest Gump approach and just kinda go for a nice long walk. With that income, stay in Canada where all my friends and family are but travel everywhere all the time. You can almost afford a place in Toronto. I'd probably stay where I'm at in the US and just be happy for a change. Same, and I'd pursue all the hobbies I can't afford currently and also do a ton of volunteer work. Spain or Japan. My eldest spent a year in Spain and said it was so chill and the people were so nice. My youngest went to Japan for a month and said it was so clean and everyone was so nice. Where do you live that is not so groovy and nice? Bulgaria. I live in Bulgaria. I'm Bulgarian and will be whole life. Also, 1 million is 1.6 million BGN, which is a hell of a lot of money. It's the same amount of money though. Scotland. Love the climate and the people. Hey, the people in Scotland are amazing, but the climate, really, I have lived there for a year and I can tell you, in the winter Scotland climate is just depressing. Costa Rica. Great surfing, fresh seafood and fruit, jungles, monkeys, rainforests, volcanoes, beaches, warm weather and virtually no crime. And the craft beer scene is pretty damn good, as well as their tattoo artists. I live in Costa Rica, and while it's beautiful it's a hard life, especially near the beaches. There's many basic things you just can't get here, like good towels or linens. No matter how much money you have, the roads suck. Be that as it may, I'm so much happier here than I was in Canada. Australia, where I already live, it's pretty great here. Switzerland. Because it's beautiful, it's convenient to everywhere else in Europe, and now I can afford it. Plus, who hates Switzerland? No one. It's beautiful but not too keen on outsiders. Why settle? I'd buy a nice new RV and travel the world. I would like to see this RV that can travel the world. Monaco. No taxes. Lots of places have very little taxes, but then comes the private healthcare insurance and saw you in half, making you wish you paid taxes. Deleted. You can live anywhere the world like a king on an income of 1 bill a year. Norway. It's got a great economy and political stability, not to mention its beautiful geography and culture. I've also always wanted to live there. Heh. Most people have this utopian vision about the Scandinavia. I recommend you to live 6-12 months in there and see how you can cope with the weather. Japan. It's a beautiful, varied country with lots to offer, and I wouldn't have to join the incredibly difficult work culture. It's also very safe, and people tend to keep to themselves, which I like as an introvert. The food is also incredible. I would use the time to learn their language. I work as a photographer videographer as a side hustle, and I feel like I would never get bored of doing that in Japan. As a woman, I felt so safe being in Japan. Plus, people are very respectful there. The United Kingdom, because that's where all my family are, and $1 million a year ain't enough to move them all somewhere else. The question you meant to ask is, which country would you be a citizen of? No, it is not the same. I would live in Thailand with this kind of money, but rather be a US or EU citizen, or passport, for better freedom of mobility. Seoul, Korea. Kiribati. I hate people. The United States. I already live there, but if you're making money like that, I'll be this country rules. A nice view from a modest sized home in California or Colorado or something. Hell, for $1 million a year I could probably afford a house in NJ. One of the Nordic countries or Switzerland, better healthcare, and a better society in general. I am from Switzerland and left for Canada. I'm finding a lot more peace here than I ever did in Switzerland. United States, because it's what I know. I wouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck. The only thing that would change is a better home and a nice used car. I'd have hundreds of thousands of dollars unspent after the first few years. I'd like to think I'd start community programs and help people with the excess money I'd have. Ukraine, home country plus good life prices, and easy business, or some European country. Shame about the neighbors though. I'd live, and plan to live, in Rwanda, cleanest African country. I also miss it, lived there for a few years as a kid. When you have money it's a great country to live in. Bosnia. Temperate climate. A peaceful mix of religions and people. Low cost of living. Good food and local beer. Montreal, mostly because I love the Expos and also French-Canadian history as a boss to other Rus-Canadian origins. I think that being that Quebec is the only other bilingual nation in North America that leaves its history intact despite being a cultural mosaic, it's no wonder the coat of arms of Montreal reads Salvation through Harmony.